Hello everyone and welcome to Inside the Quality Awards. My name is Ralph Peterson, and in this video we are going to address question P2B1 of the Bronze Quality Award. And I gotta tell you, this is one of the most significant and important questions, not only in the bronze application, but even more so at the silver and even more so at the gold. P2B1, strategic context. Let's get into it. All right, here it is, P2B1, strategic context. And again, if I had to pull out some of what I would consider the most important, most significant, impactful questions in the bronze application, this question would make the list. And in fact, at the silver and the gold, as I said, it is even more important and relevant of a question. So here it is. It is a what question. There are two parts to this what question. What are at least one key, most important, strategic challenge and at least one key strategic advantage that your organization is currently facing? So the way that I would invite you to consider looking at this is, first and foremost, keep in mind we're asking you about to identify a problem or an advantage, a challenge or an advantage in one of these five areas, either a clinical area, or customer area, or employees, or governance or leadership, or financial, okay? Financial. Keep in mind, everything that we measure in senior care, assisted living, or IDDD, it's all the same. It can fall under one of these buckets, right? Like it's either we're having a challenge, a problem with clinical numbers, or we're having a problem with employee engagement or turnover, or we're having a problem with customer communication or satisfaction level, or we're having a problem with safety, or we're having a problem with financial data, right? Like it's always in one of these categories, one of these buckets. Okay. Now, let's go back to QAPI for a minute. Just let me give you a quick little recap of QAPI. QAPI. And again, they are two different sides of the house, right? One is a quality assurance, which asks, how are we doing? How are we doing? That's the question that QA asks, because QA is always looking in the rearview mirror. And it's always asking, how have we been doing right up until now? And the reason, I'm going to skip out of the performance improvement part here because we're not going to do that side of QAPI. The reason that QA asks, how are we doing, is because QA's job is not just to do an assessment, but it is to give us direction. It is to tell us, hey, we should be working on this, or we don't need to be paying attention. Hey, pay attention to this over here. We don't have to pay attention to that over there. That's what the QA side does. So imagine if you're with QA and you're looking at your data and you see data that looks like this. It goes like this. And this is quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. And this is a clinical measure. Let's say that this is falls. Well, which direction do we want falls to go in? Well, of course, lower number of falls is better, right? But if we were to draw a trend line, and you don't have to see the trend here, we see that it's trending up, right? And so when we're doing our trend line, our trend analysis, we would call this a negative trend, right? But if we were to just use our everyday, language that we use just in normal everyday, we would go, this is a problem. We would identify this as a problem. But because we're talking about falls, and it seems like it's significantly going up over the last 3 quarters, we wouldn't just call this a problem. We would call this a very big problem. We'd be like, it's such a big problem that if we don't do something about it, like we could be in a lot of serious trouble. Like this is, how long can you go with falls going up quarter after quarter after quarter? I mean, you can't go very long. Can we agree? Like this is a big problem. However, for the Quality Award program and Even the language that quality assurance meetings use, quality assurance teams usually use, is we don't identify something like this as a problem or a big problem. No, we call it a strategic challenge. It is strategic because our business relies on it. It can impact our entire business. That's how strategic it is. It is a strategic, not problem, challenge. It is something that we must address. We have no choice. We have to address it. I mean, imagine, and it doesn't have to be false, right? What if this was bad debt? What if this was bad debt? Which direction do we want bad debt to go? Down, right? Well, what if over the last, instead of quarters, 3 years, our bad debt's been going up? That is a huge, huge problem. Or, in this case, a strategic challenge. It is something that you are forced to look at and forced to try to figure out how to overcome. If you identify bad debt as a strategic challenge, what are you going to do? Ignore it? No. You have to do something about it. So that is the point of identifying a strategic challenge. As a matter of fact, that's the point of QA. QA's whole point is not just to go like, hey, how are we doing? Good, bad, or indifferent. We're just here to report. No. QA is to look, how are we doing? Good, bad, and indifferent, so that it identifies trends that need attention. Negative trends that need attention, i.e. they identify strategic challenges for the performance improvement team for the rest of the center to do something about it. So when we say, what are at least one key strategic challenge, this is what we mean. It can be a clinical challenge, a financial challenge, a customer challenge, an employee challenge, a governance challenge. We've had too many deficiencies. We have too much turnover in staff. Our customer satisfaction engagement scores are going down. Our clinical numbers are going in the wrong direction. Our bad debt's going up. Our census is going down. You tell us, what is one challenge right now, key, most important challenge that you are dealing with right this second? That's all we want to know. XYZ nursing homes, key strategic challenge is bad debt. Perfect. Next, it is, let me erase all of this. Erase all this. And I'm going to give you another graph. I'll give you a different graph. And let's say this graph looks like this. This is we know it's trending up, but until I tell you what it is, let's say this is our 5-star rating. And this is us at 3, this is us at 4, this is us at 5. Okay? So now, what is this trend line? Is it a negative or a positive? Well, as you know, higher the star rating, the better. We're at the top. We're at the pinnacle. Pretty freaking great, right? So this is a positive trend. Positive trend, right? Okay, perfect. Now, is it an advantage or a disadvantage to be at a 5-star? Well, it is a advantage, right? Imagine if we looked around at our competitors around us, the 3, 4, 5 nursing homes or assisted living centers that we are competing with. And the average star rating for them is a 3-star. Holy moly. Isn't that fantastic? Because what this is saying is that one of our key advantages is that we are a 5-star center where all our other competitors are at a 3-star. We're one of the only 5-star centers in the area. That's a huge advantage. That's a huge advantage. But it doesn't have to be 5-star. Again, it could be on any of these areas. What if you have a highly engaged long-term leadership team, meaning all of your managers have been working for you for 5+ years. And so one of your advantages is, you know what? We have a really strong, stable, experienced leadership team. They've all been here more than 5 years. That's a huge advantage. What if we talk about financials? What if over the last one of your key strategic advantages is you have 100% occupancy, 90% occupancy. You're always in the top 95 to 100% occupancy. You have a waiting list for customers. That's a huge advantage. What if you're 5-star clinical, not just 5-star overall? What if you have a 5-star clinical rating? Your clinical numbers are really, really strong. That's a huge advantage. One of the things that I would invite you to consider when you're thinking about your advantage is it's the thing that puts you competitively above everyone else. It is the reason that people choose your center for care or for assisted living services, right? Like if they have 4 choices in the area, why are they choosing you, right? Like it is that differentiator question. That's your key strategic advantage. So again, it would be XYZ nursing homes, key strategic challenges. We have dealing with a lot of bad debt lately. And one of our key strategic advantages is we have longevity of nurse management or leadership in our center, 5+ years, or we have low staff turnover, or we have a high census, or we have high customer satisfaction scores. Right? Like you're just telling us what one of your most important challenges is and one of your most important advantages is. That's the question. Really, really straightforward and easy to understand. That's it. P2B1 is in the books. If you have any follow-up questions at all, please just feel free to leave them in the comments. I read and respond to every single comment. And of course, if you found this video helpful and you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that little notification bell. It helps us a lot so that we can reach far more people and help more people get the information they need to apply for and earn a quality award. And of course, if you would like to attend one of our workshops, we have workshops, bronze workshops, all out through the year. If you would like to attend a full-day workshop working directly with me, one-on-one, you would like to get one-on-one feedback from me, please feel free to reach out to Ralph@ralphpeterson.com. Just put in the subject, Bronze Quality Award, so I know which level you are looking for. Other than that, thank you so much for tuning in. Good luck. I will see you at the next video series.